So you're gonna come to sitting on your mat. And then you've got a couple of choices here. You can either sit in like a Z sit position, so one leg in front and one leg behind, or you can sit with your legs crossed out in front, or with your legs out here. Work with wherever you're comfortable. I like this position to start. Perfect stuff. We're going to take a really nice big breath. Just breathe all the way through your spine. Nice. And then exhale out. Good. Again. Breathe it in again. And exhaling out. Good. And again, if you're in this position, amazing. And if you're cross-legged, you've got your legs out in front, that's totally fine. You're going to still do those same movements as I'm doing here. I'm going to inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more. Let's just settle here, yeah? Inhale. And breathe it out. Amazing. Okay, go ahead and take one hand down onto the mat. The opposite hand is going to come behind your head. And you're going to side bend. You're just going to open out those ribs and then come back up. Good. We often think about breathing as being all about our lungs. And yes, they're so important. We keep going to the same side. Your lungs are so important for the exchange of gases, yeah? That oxygen and that carbon dioxide that we all know about. But your rib cage and your diaphragm, those are your breathing muscles. And without those working really well, your lungs just won't get enough, as much, they'll get enough, but they won't get as much air, as much oxygen in as they might or you do otherwise. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're going to go all the way over with that arm, and let's try to add both sides. We reach. Not even putting too much focus on what it looks like here, just try to get those ribs moving, start to breathe, start to reach. Amazing. And the beauty about Pilates is that it just complements everything. No matter what your daily life looks like, no matter what your regular workouts look like, Pilates just makes you stronger, makes you more aligned, gets you a little bit more in tune with your muscle. Amazing. Go ahead and stick. If you're sitting like this in that Z position like me, go ahead and swap the legs. Amazing. Opposite hand down. And then let's go to that other side. Opening out those ribs. Think elbow up to the ceiling. Armpit to the ceiling. Good. Really nice. Well done. And Pilates is one of those things. It's always a really great moment to remind me to breathe. But I think, you know, we're talking so much about self-care tips in this challenge as well. If you can just stop during the day and just even one deep breath, it's just going to really start to relax your nervous system and just sort of remind your body that you live in your body. Days are busy. They're starting to get a little bit busier. I know traffic in Cork is even getting a little bit crazier. So if we can just breathe a little bit more, reminds our body that everything's okay. Do one more this side. Good, you guys. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead. Arm reaches up and over and back. Other side. Up and over and down. So now we start to get a little bit of fluidity into it. Yeah? Good. We think so much about stretching muscles like hamstrings and quads and things like that, but your rib cage is one of the most important things. It's one of the sort of foundational structures in your core. And if your rib cage is well aligned, I'm telling you, you're going to have less hamstring tightness, less quad tightness, sometimes less stiff and sore knees when you're running. Go do one more. Amazing, you guys. Good. Okay, go ahead and come to seated on the mat. Have your feet planted, be on your seat bones. Amazing. When you're ready, I want you to just nice and gentle roll off your seat bones. I'm holding on to my legs. I'm going to spin to you so you can see a little bit better that my elbows are out here. And then I'm going to almost use my fingers to pull myself up. Again, roll it back. Nice, good. And roll it up. Now let's think breath. Exhale. Inhale to come up. Chest bone forwards. Exhale down. Really good. Inhale to come up. I like to think here about turning the wheels of my pelvis and rolling back up. So if you can, avoiding a big lean back and just finding that really beautiful turn. Good. You'll feel maybe your core just switch on a little bit here. Good, well done. And roll it up. Let's do that 2 more times. Turn around the wheel. Good. Last one, roll it down, breathe for me for a sec. You guys, we're going to take you through about 25 minutes, a little bit longer of a workout today. Just stay and breathe. I want you to send the breath into the back of your ribs. Really good. So if I spin and you see my ribs go out. And release. Again. Inhale, ribs open. And exhale, they close. Good. One more time. Inhale. Really nice. And exhale. Good. Okay. From here, slowly take your time. Let yourself down onto the mat. And let's give yourself a second to just get acquainted here. Okay? Feet are nice and close towards your backside. Arm bones are heavy. Sometimes I'll get my arms out of the way so you can see a little bit better. Otherwise, unless I tell you to, you're going to keep yours dead here. I'm going to get my arms out of the way now. You're going to start to just rock your pelvis forwards and backwards. So you're tipping between your belly button and your tail. So nice, easy, breezy movements. Amazing. Good. Sort of like you're almost massaging out the back of your spine. Let's do that one more time. Good. Now, we're going to start to circle the pelvis on the mat. So if you're thinking about the back of that pelvis, your lower back, we're just circling it out. In the studio, sometimes I say, imagine a bowl half full of soup. And you're just swirling that soup around the edges of the bowl, reverse it. So good, nice, good. Keeping your feet connected, your head feeling heavy. Let's do that one more time. And then go ahead and pause, okay. I want you to stand into your feet, okay? Feet are so important. This next exercise called a bridge sometimes can be very tough going to the backs of your thighs. This should help to work with this, okay? So stand into your feet. Don't focus on the lifting. Just stand into the feet. Like you're pressing the print of your foot through the mat, through the floor. And then relax. Good. Notice what happens. You press your feet through the floor. That pelvis starts to feel light. Yeah? And release. Now, arms are heavy. Press the feet through the floor. Pelvis feels light. Reach your knees over your toes. And it's like you're inviting your pelvis to lift your spine off the mat. And then go ahead, fold into the hip. Drop the body down. Yes, now you're going to breathe. Reach it up. You inhale or you exhale. Whatever feels better to you here. Again, if you're feeling something in the back of that thigh, absolutely fine, common, normal, they're working, yeah? Your glutes are working, your quad, your hamstrings are working. What I don't want you to do is squeeze and push up, okay? That's sort of more like a gym exercise. This is working breath alignment, core connection, and calm back down. So no squeezing, no gripping, no clenching, no over-recruiting. Good. I find so often that we're sort of working a little bit too hard in our muscles, and then they start to spasm. And when they start to spasm, we want to come out of an exercise. I know I do. So let's see, can we get them to just play a little bit of ball with us? Okay, stay. Now I'm going to reach my right knee all the way forward. That's going to dip my left hip. I send my left knee all the way forward. That's going to dip my right hip. Keep going, you guys. I'm going to spin so maybe you see a little better here. Knee reaches forwards. Knee reaches forward. So it's like your pelvis is dancing around those thigh buckets. Let's go forward. So it's going to wake up that lower back, wake up that responsive core. The last two. Last one. Balance. And then drop back down. If your thighs are singing, that's okay. Let's go again. Stand into your feet as you do. Reach the arms all the way out overhead and really lengthen. Arms invite the spine to roll back down again. Reach, open that front line of the body. So many of us are so tight in the front. As you move here, you've got a stretch and strength element. That's next week's theme. But let's focus here on being strong in the back of the body and lengthening through the front of the body. Open the front and lift from the back. Alright, you guys, your challenge is coming up. If this next bit is too much, go ahead and stay with this beginner version of just lifting and lowering. If you can, hips stay high, arms lower. Arms reach. Now, it's a breath that's important. Exhale down. Inhale, open. So we're getting a bit of rhythm here. Good. Really good. Nice. And you're at home, you breathe as much as you want. I know we're wearing masks. We're afraid to take deep breaths in public. That is normal. But when you can, I want you to breathe deep. Go 3. Now is your chance. Give your body that air. Last one. Press. So good. Arms overhead. Stay reaching there for me. And then lower the spine. Nice. Good. Hug those knees in. Little roll. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Relax. Go ahead and return the feet. Okay, you guys. This time, we're going to take the hands interlace them. Make like a little hammock behind your head. Don't just put your hands here. You want to let your head drop back into your hands. Okay? Now when you're ready, just a top tip here. Don't let your elbows go out. Allow them to be really easily seen in just your peripheral vision. We're going to lift the chest off the mat. That's all I want you to do. Think chest up, breathe, and lower it back down. Let's go again. Reach it up. Good. And lower it back down. This is your beginner version. Reach it up. Stay here. Hands behind the thighs. This is sort of a layer 2. Lift yourself up a little more. Hands back behind the head. And come back down. Good. So we're rolling off elbows towards your baby toes. Hold on behind those thighs. Lift up your breathing for me. Hands behind your head. And you lower back down. One more like this. Roll it up. A little bit of core conditioning. Pull it up. Take it back. Release it down. Okay. Level 3, you guys. If you're ready, come with me. Legs up into tabletop. Same thing. Roll it up. Reach. Pull to lift. Good. Yes. Hands behind your head. And roll it back down. 2 more like this. You know, you guys, you go back to that beginner version if that feels better to you. Hands behind your head. But these are pre-Pilates exercises, and you're not really in any of them for too long. So I would do these with beginners in the studio. They're tough, but you are ready. We all do hard things. Go ahead. Come here. Now I want you to stay. Good. Stay with me. I know it's not pleasant. And I want you to breathe. I want you to inhale to the back of your rib cage. So you're inhaling back here for me. Between those shoulder blades. Inhale and that rib cage opens and expands. Deep exhale and you lift up a little more. It's almost like that breath out is lifting you up. Keep going. Inhaling in. And exhaling out. Good. Inhale and I'm going to come up. You stay with this. Inhale, that rib cage expands. As you exhale, feel everything in your torso narrow. Pull in, pull down. Lungs are emptying. One more here, you guys. Inhale. So good. Exhale. Okay, stay here. Press your inner thighs together. You are so welcome to take your feet to the floor. Arms reach. And let's pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 10. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. I know what you're thinking, but we're only going to 50. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. Yes, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reach, 2, 3, 4, 40. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is it. Good. Hold those arms. Stay here. Take the hands back behind the head. Lower that body back to the mat. So good. Take the feet down. Excellent. Go ahead and extend the legs all the way out. Big stretch in those arms overhead. You got it. Okay. Knees are going to pull into the chest. Excellent. This next exercise is a breathing exercise. Yeah? They're all breathing exercises. Living is a breathing exercise. I want you to use your finger muscles. Take your fingers behind your thighs. Don't think about it too hard. We all can do this. Yeah? I want you to think like you've got leg boots on. We're going to roll. Push your finger muscles into your thighs. In your feet towards the floor. Roll to seated. Good. Roll it back down. Slide the feet along the floor. And in. 2 more. Aim the feet. Roll the head into the torso. Come up. Yes. And then roll it back down. Think of it like a really beautiful massage for your spine. Good. Yes. So good. This is your beginner modified roll-up. Yeah, the next roll-up is tough going. So please stick with this if this feels good to you this evening. Otherwise, you're going to go ahead and stretch your legs. Stretch your arms. Come with me. Try it if you can. Reach your arms overhead and you're going to create tension. I want you to imagine like you're lying on a big, massive towel or sheet. You're going to pick that towel or sheet over your head and feel like you are pulling yourself up with the towel or sheet. Roll up. Amazing. Roll that down. Drop into the mat. You gotta breathe. So good. Heavy legs. You're going to take an inhale, pause. Exhale all the way out. Good. Keep breathing. Keep exhaling. Reach it out. Really good. And roll it back down. We're doing a few more. This is such an amazing mobility exercise. Such an amazing front and back body core strengthening exercise. Hip flexor strengthening exercise. Really good. I had a Pilates teacher trainer who used to make us sing row, row, row your boat as we came up. I won't inflict that on you this evening. I am not blessed with a singing voice. Or she would make us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come back down. Because if you're singing or if you're counting, if you're speaking, you can't hold your breath. Amazing. Reach those arms overhead. Good work, you guys. We're going to take the arms down by your side. You need to come into your chest and stay with me. Okay. We're going to take the hands onto the legs. We're going to take both hands onto your right leg. Send your left leg along. Swap. If you're a beginner, you're going to work here. If this feels okay to you, go ahead and lift your upper body. And what I would love for the next 28 days is whether you think you're beginner or advanced, you listen to your body on a particular day. If you're a beginner but you're feeling super strong this evening, I'm curious and you want to give it a go, please come up here, lift it with me. If you're advanced and this feels like too much, maybe you've had a super stressful day, maybe you spent so much of the day seated, that's absolutely fine to take that modification. Last one, knees in, lift the body, okay. Send your legs to the ceiling. And bend them. We're holding on behind the thighs. Send the legs to the ceiling. Okay, you know now, let's breathe. Exhale, reach. Inhale down. One more. Inhale down. Nice and strong. Stretch the legs or hug those knees to the chest. And roll all the way up. Amazing. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and come onto all fours. So you're going to be on your hands and on your knees. Any wrist issues, I want you to take your hands a little further forwards away from you, okay? Whether you've got wrist issues or not, I want you to spread your fingertips all the way out and press into the palm of your hand, right into the backs of all of your knuckles, especially your index finger. Now, nice and slow, we're going to start to send your elbows towards the mat. You sit back in as if you were coming into like a child's pose or a shell stretch. Now, I want you to almost pull the mat towards you as you come back up. Good. Let's go again. Send the elbows back down. Super. The other thing that I would say as much as possible is once you've got the exercise, stop looking at me. Ignore me. Look forward. Keep your head aligned. I'm going to talk you through it. Last one. Nice, you guys. That's going to mobilize the wrist for you. Stay here. Let's start to circle around the wrist. This evening and around the hip. This evening is all about starting your challenge strong. Good. Getting that body moving, but not beating it up too much, yeah? Preparing you, setting a really gorgeous foundation for the next 28 days. Good. And we get stronger day by day. Come back, pause, and stay. Okay. When you're ready, send one leg out behind you. Roll that same leg in. And you might hear, hopefully the sound quality isn't good enough, that you hear my little clicks and pops and my knees and my ankles. That's normal, okay? That's a question I get all the time. My knees click or my hips click. As long as it's not associated with pain, with causing pain or relieving pain, often it's fine. Our joints are noisy. Good. Let's take that leg out. Let's stay here. Pick it up. Okay. And come back down. Now, whatever leg is lifted, be heavy in that arm. The leg is lifting just to hip height, and it is straight, straighter than straight. So good. Let's do two. Okay, you guys. Let's do one. You are breathing. Imagine a pole is dropping down out of the hip onto the mat. You're supported. If you can, go ahead and reach that opposite arm. Breathe here. You are building core strength here. The other thing, you're going to stay with me. Don't pull your tummy in. You need that expansion and that contraction to make sure that everything works really well. Go 4, 3, 2, on 1, knee down, hand down. Good, straight into that second side. Slide the leg, slide it home. Slide and home. For 3, super. Go 2, really nice. Hold it here. Pick it up, tap it down. Pick it up, tap it down. Super. Last 2, straight legs, strong arms. Hold it, stay here. If you can, reach that opposite arm. Good. I did my good side first. So if the second side feels a little more challenging to you, you probably did your better side first. 3, 2, 1. Down and down. So good, you guys. Okay. Sit back into your hips just a little bit, not too far. Tuck your toes underneath. Now I want you to send your hands down and forward. Send your feet down and back to hover your knees. Don't be fooled. It looks like nothing. It's something. Drop down, come forward. Sit back, leg up, drop down, come forward. You need 2 more. You got this. Nice. Down, lovely. 1 more. Stay with me, white seat bones. Don't round, don't dip. Stay somewhere beautiful in the middle. Can we breathe? Can we find those lower abdominals? So important. Good. Really popular spot that most of us want to build strength and a little bit of flatness. For 3, yes. For 2. For 1, knees down. Release your feet. Sit down. If this is tough in your knees, go ahead and come forward and drop your chest here. Or just sort of make a version of it, whatever feels good to you. If you can go all the way back, amazing. Take your time. Roll through that spine. So good. We're going to breathe it out. Inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest. Roll the spine down. Start to walk yourself out. And let's come to lying on that mat. Excellent. Good. I'm going to take my hands under my shoulders, okay? Heavy pelvis, heavy rib cage. And when you're ready, start to wind your elbows. My elbows are up to the ceiling to start. I start to wind my elbows down and I blow forward from my chest bone. So I'm not trying to lift up, I'm just trying to shine a light. And then I roll. And it all starts with a roll back of the elbows. Good. Take it up. Roll it down. Release it. Good. Nice. Give me 1 more. Amazing. And then take it back down. If this is enough for you, if you're a beginner and you stick here, you've got anything major going on in that low back, please stick with that version for me. If you are used to doing a little bit of extension, go ahead into full version. Lift your hips. I know in yoga sometimes you keep those hips down. I want you to lift them safer for the back. And then start to drop back down. Beautiful. Good. Again, nice big inhale. Big breath. Strong arms. Open breathe. Releasing down. Good. You've got a bit of work in the back of your body, but you're not squeezing your glutes. You know by now. I never ask you to squeeze or clench or grip. Good, 1 more. Reach. Okay, you guys stay with me. Come back down from wherever your extension is. Yes. We're going to take your arms by your side, palms to the ceiling. This next one is called dart. So I want you to think about the crown of your head like the tip of the dart shining, flying forward. We're going to turn the palms to the hips, thumbs down. Start to reach your fingertips towards your ankles. And that's going to lift your chest. How high you come up totally depends on how that spine is feeling today. Wider legs, more manageable, a little bit easier. Narrower legs, a little bit more of a challenge. Go ahead, return and release. Again, reach, lift, glide. Breathe into that space in the front of your ribs. And back down. 1 more time. Amazing. Pause. Palms to the ceiling and just pump both arms up, up, Good. We're working our anti-gravity muscles, the muscles in the back of our body, the muscles that are so important for posture. We tend to think about Pilates, core, abdominals, but the back of your body is so strong, so neglected, and so important for keeping us upright. Good. I know this is tough too. And 1. Relax. Come down and take it to kneeling on the mat. When you're ready, hands down, knees down. Press the mat away, round your spine. Release the tail, give me a breath in. Big breath out. Love. Release it to breathe in. 2 more, rolling through the spine, no tension, no stiffness. And releasing it away. So good, 1 more time, rolling through the spine, press. Releasing it away. Amazing. Okay. I want you to tuck your toes under. Take your time. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Roll into your heels. So we're in this sort of like squat position. Heels up. And then aim. Chest up. Oh, I'm going to come out of shot here. So I'm going to wiggle like that. Amazing. Okay. Cool. So we're standing tall. We're going to hinge at your hips. Come down. This is how we're going to get down onto the mat next week. Walk your hands out. How a child often up and down from the floor. They sort of walk back, wiggle back, and come up out of a squat. Stand tall. Take the hips back. Good. What else are you going to do? You're going to breathe. So good. I love these as a warm-up sometimes, even for running. I'm working my hips. I'm working my ankles where I see flexion. I'm working my spine. I'm even working my shoulders. I am working my core. A really incredible mobility exercise. And I always think one of the most important things that I want to be able to do as I get older is get up and down out of chairs and off the floor without creaking or without getting stuck. One of the biggest things I hear in the studio. 1 more time, moving joints. Yes. And come to standing. So good. Stay standing for me. Soften into your knees. We're going to take 1 arm up to the ceiling. Follow it as it goes back. Same arm. Up, around. Keep breathing. Up, around, and over. We're going to go 3. Let's go 2. And around. 1 time. Same arm. Reverse. Good. Really let those ribs move with the arm so that we're not putting any extra tension in those shoulders. Really good. If we breathe up into our shoulders, sometimes we get really stiff. 1 more. So good. Other arm up. Circle back. Reach and back. In and out. Last 2. Shoulder blades sliding. Loving that mobility work. Go ahead. Reverse back and around. Nice. Up. And around. Reach and forward. Let's go 2 more. So good. 1 more time and stay. Amazing. Last little bit of work this evening, you guys. You have made it through. I want you to stand into your feet. Pick 1 leg up and off the floor and down. So sort of an exaggerated march. Now, on a mat, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. Yes, if you want to take yourself to the floor, amazing. Good. And reach. So we're just getting hip hinging. So good. This is what you need for a squat. I'm pointing my toes just to get an extra little bit of ankle mobility. 4. Nice. 3. Excellent. 2. 1. Last work, you guys. Take those legs wide. Nice and slow. Hips back. And I want you to come into the deepest squat you can manage today. If it's here, that's fine. If you want to hold onto something, that's fine. I often recommend doing this in front of your washing machine because that's going to be kind of something to hold onto. Sit here. Breathe with me. Do whatever you want with your hands. I like to sort of have my elbows nestled into my knees. This is such a healthy position for your hips. This allows your pelvic floor and your diaphragm, they're sort of the top and bottom of your core, to sort of almost jellyfish against each other. They're so aligned in this position. I know it's tough. I hear you. if your hips are talking to you. I hear you if you've been doing lots of running recently, lots of walking, and those hips are starting to feel tight. This is so healthy. This is one of the greatest mobility exercises you can do. If you've got anything going on like hip impingement, turn your toes out, especially mine are out anyway. It's going to be a little bit nicer. Breathe it here for me. Inhale. As you inhale, seat bones widen. Exhale. I'm going to give it one more breath. Inhale. Yeah, you can. Thank you. And exhale. Strong to lift. Come out of it like you came into it. Amazing. Go ahead and take your feet down. We're going to soften the knees. Reach the arms up. Stretch, try and touch the ceiling. Big breath. And then exhale. Arms come down.